Give it like a ball.
What's up, comic fans? Welcome to New Comic Book Day. Why? With comic news. We should be having PSG, Secretronic Square Gun, Aaron join us pretty soon. But yeah, we'll start off with some comic news. We will not a lot in the news, but today a lot of number ones dropped, by the way. DC starting their new initiative, right? What was it called? Level Up or something like that. So you had 3 new books that I can think of come out today, which was you had Lobo, you had Batwoman, and what was the third one? It's Lobo, Batwoman, and somebody else came out today. When I remember, I will let you know. There was a Garfield book out today. Dead Teenagers, by the way, was the big one today. Only $10 to $15 sales on that one, but that's an indie book from Oni Press, right? So, Exquisite Corpses came out today. G.I. Joe. We had the first meeting of Optimus Prime and Duke in G.I. Joe, right? But what was it? It was Lobo. I'm trying to look for it. Lobo, Batman, or Batwoman, excuse me. And I thought there was a third. Deathstroke the Terminator. That's right. Deathstroke was the third one to come out today. So three different books from DC came out today. Part of the Next Level. Did I say Level Up? Next Level initiative. So that's interesting. I think they picked some characters that at least could do damage in a short run. We'll see how they fare when it's a longer run. All right, what else do we have? Apparently there's a comics giveaway day on May 2nd, which is the same day as Free Comic Book Day. But it's not going to have the word free. And there's hints that it's going to be a reset of the Avengers happening. So it's a Marvel thing that will be happening on the thing called Comics Giveaway Day. I do have some photos from it. So let's see if I can bring that up. Here we go. Avengers Armageddon. Up here you see it says Comic Giveaway Day. Very interesting up on top. Looks like that Thunderbolt Ross causing some havoc with the Avengers. Yikes. Doesn't look too good for our boys over there. So yeah, things popping along. X-Men 97's coming out. Summer right now. That's all they'll give us. The window is the summer. So we'll see how that works out. But I'm looking forward to it. Yes, I am. Let's get a little background music. There you go. A little background music. Let's go. All right. So we talked about the Comics Giveaway Day, which is happening the same day as Free Comic Book Day, but it's not going to say Free Comic Book Day. It's going to say Comics Giveaway Day on the comics, which is interesting. I don't know why the brand changed, but it's a branding thing. So we'll see how they roll with that, how they run with that. It should be interesting. All right, let's get into some of those comics that we got this week. Hopefully, everyone out there had a great new comic book day, and if you got to the store, and if you haven't gotten to the store, hopefully you get to the store very soon. Yo, 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 Dagger Comics in the house. What's up, Dagger? Yo, yo, yo. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. All right, let's do some housekeeping. Here are some books I read recently that are going to go away. But we're pretty good. What do we got? We read Justice League 14. This came out a while ago, honestly. Not sure what the street date on this is. Dan Mora cover. The Wrath of Neron. You got a bunch of the Justice League down in hell. And yeah, it's just kind of like a side story to DCKO. Well, the heroes always trying to do their thing. I don't really think it was any. To me, reading DCKO, it didn't seem like anything crazy came out of it. I'm here today and I got books too. Yes, you did, sir. Yes, you did. I'm trying to figure out what your picture is. That looks like a giant spider. That's weird. I'm scared. I am scared. What's up, buddy? Let's go. Get the guns out. Gun show. I got to get back to weightlifting. I've been like cutting, but I'm not really seeing any gains. I haven't been working out that much though. Like, not like weightlifting per se. Yup, it's cool. We all got like cool things. What else did we read recently? We were at the Ultimates number 21. This is Luke Cage right there, also known as Power Man. Good issue, right? Because you got the Ultimates, who should call themselves Avengers, and then you've got the bad guys making up a team called the Defenders, right? Which there is a Defenders in the 616. A little different though. They beat up Nazis. These are Nazis trying to beat up the heroes. It's a cool issue. That's what I say. Each one of these Ultimates issues now, the team is like in a civil war, and they're all split up all over the place, and they got different teams. And this one kind of focused on Power Man's team over here, Luke Cage's team. The issue that came out today kind of focuses on Captain America and his team. So, you know, a lot of stuff happening in the Ultimates as the Ultimate Universe is coming to an end. It's coming to an end. It's coming to an end. I think it's at the Art Museum here. All right. That's cool. So it's a big, like, artsy metal spider, I guess. Those are cool, though. Like art. Because it's, I mean, comic books art, right? So it's open to interpretation. I feel like that's cool. What else we got? We got Wonder Woman. Absolute Wonder Woman. This is the annual. It's a pretty good story. These are side stories. Wonder Woman goes on a quest to actually help out Medusa. Right? Medusa's been cursed. You know, it's part of Greek mythology, and Wonder Woman is trying to help her the way Wonder Woman does the help thing. So, all right, we're getting more history of this. It was in my photo package from the Army run, so I decided to use it for my nice. Might as well put it to use, right? All right, we got Ultimate Spider-Man. This is issue number 24. This was the final issue of Ultimate Spider-Man. It ends really well. I think they wrapped it up nicely. It's Hickman. Hickman, superb writer, does a really good job. So I thought, you know, he wrapped it all up nicely. Now the Ultimate Universe is done, but book is set. All right, guys, we're about to get into the new books. These are some older books. Yeah, I like the picture. Honestly, I mean, it caught my eye, right? And I was like, "What is that?" So I like your little thumbnail picture for YouTube, Dagger. All right, guys, let's bring to the stage the one, the only, the immaculate, the incomparable. There's no other guy like this guy. We've got PSG Comics. Hey, Ron, what's up?
What up? Greetings, chat. What up?
What is
You
up?
doing
How you
well?
doing?
How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling
Yeah.
good. I feel good. Ha.
You feel good.
Yeah, I got to. I'm getting to I was just going over some comics I read recently.
Oh,
I've been catching up for a long time, so I finally read the last issue of Ultimate Spider-Man. Oh, I hit the keyboard and I took full control. Where'd you go? Yeah, I took you out completely.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what hotkey I hit. I gotta figure it out. I hit the keyboard with the comic and all. I guess maybe it was the shift key. I'm gonna just try that. I'm not kicking you out. I just want to see if that's working. Well, it's not that key because I don't know what it was. Oh no. According to this, these are all
The delete button.
Yeah, I don't know what I hit. Because
what up, Dagger?
Dagger's in the house. The delete button. He clapped it up for you too. He gave you the claps. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, I was just showing what books I caught up on recently.
Cool.
Yeah. So Ultimate Spider-Man. I thought that wrapped up nicely. It's Hickman.
Yeah. You like the whole thing?
I think as a whole, I think it was a good series.
You think they'll be back with that cast?
Yeah, I think they're gonna wrap up this volume of the Ultimate Universe and then possibly come back with another volume. It was just too popular, I think, just to let it run off into the sunset. Especially Spider-Man. Yeah, I don't think the other books. Some of the other books did okay. Ultimate, X-Men did okay, but that's like the Peach Momoko following. I don't think it was, I don't think everybody was buying it. Black Panther, I think, fell by the wayside, even though I think it was a well done book. It just the problem with Black Panther is if you read a 616 universe Black Panther or you read the Ultimate Universe Black Panther, you don't get any differentiation. They're all the same character.
Yeah. So people enjoyed the Hickman run, though. Of
yeah, people really enjoyed the Hickman run.
I still got the first one there.
Yeah.
I have a few of them actually. I just
nice.
Yeah.
You got a few copies?
Well, not the number 1A. I have probably the first 6 of the series.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good read. I think Ultimate Wolverine is still going on. I think that book is selling well. They probably would have wrapped it up if it wasn't. That was an interesting book. It still is an interesting book. It still exists. They kind of turned Wolverine into the Winter Soldier. So
nice.
Yeah, that was an interesting premise. Am I missing any other Ultimate books? Let's see, X-Men, Black Panther, Spider-Man, Wolverine. I think that covers. Oh, and you have the
Ultimates, right?
Ultimates. Yeah, that's kind of the book right now that's driving. Ultimates and Endgame are the two books that are like the driving force of the universe. I got an Ultimate Endgame Peach Momoko over here. I don't know. It's just been sitting over here. This was in a one of those blind bags, so that's not bad. Yeah, so I think overall, and speaking of Ultimates, I read this one. So what they're doing with the Ultimates now is, it's the final battle, and in the Ultimates, they are kind of showing you what's happening in different locations during this final battle to stop the Maker.
Yeah.
And then Endgame is kind of following the guys who are in. There's a whole thing going on with the Maker and his bubble. He's in a bubble, and the Endgame comic is kind of like in the bubble, and then the Ultimates is outside of the Maker's bubble.
Okay.
And yeah, so this issue was following Luke Cage and his team. And in this issue, the bad guys create they create the Defenders. And I was saying earlier, the Defenders are sponsored by like Roxxon Corp and Osborne. Not Osborne. Osborne actually isn't part of it, but it's like Roxxon and I'm trying to think of the other corporations, but any of the bad corporations in and so they created Defenders team, and I was saying that unlike the Defenders from the 616 that punch Nazis in the face, the Defenders in this universe are not Nazis trying to punch superheroes in the face. They just kind of turned the whole premise of the Defenders in that book. Yeah.
No, I think Hickman created the Maker.
What was that?
I think Hickman created the Maker.
I think you're right. I think so, because the Maker comes out of the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah.
I think
the originals 1616 or something like that.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think you're right. But yeah, this one's cool. And in the issue that came out this week, they follow Captain America, so they're following like different heroes, if you will, through the Ultimates line. What else? I read this Justice League Unlimited. It was kind of like a throwaway, if you will, for me. It's happening during the DCKO stuff. They're kind of in hell. Some of the heroes, including Blue Energy Superman from the 90s.
Oh
yeah. Mr. Terrific. A couple other people on the they're in hell going up against Neron, and it was fun read, but it really didn't, to me, it gave you some behind the scenes at DCKO, what was happening while they're not in the like the people who aren't in the tournament, what's happening there. But other than that, it really didn't do much. And then we had Absolute Wonder Woman #1 annual #1. I think all annuals be #1, right? Unless they come out with 2 annuals in a year, but that wouldn't make sense. Then it'd be like a biannual or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So
they used to number them sequentially, however.
Yeah, now it's just the year and they put a #1 on it, but every year it's #1. I miss the sequential numbers. I don't know. But good issue of Absolute Wonder Woman #1 because it gives us another story. It doesn't really tie into the line that's the regular line, but it's another one of those tales that makes you think, Diana's a really good person. So, Medusa in Greek mythology is cursed, and she can never like look at anybody and all that other stuff. And Wonder Woman comes up with a plan to heal or stop the curse on Medusa. She's like, I want to do Medusa good, do a good thing for Medusa. And she does it. And part of the thing she does is she's actually able, through magic, she gives away actually some of her powers to get the power to be able just to look Medusa in the eyes. And she's like, hey, Medusa. She's like, I feel like I know your problems, and your problem is you can't have actual contact with anybody because you can't look them in the eyes. And then, that's kind of the dialogue that starts the healing process, if you will. So
cool.
It's a good book, good story. I enjoyed it. Those comics have been sitting on my desk forever, and I was like, I really
You've been busy, huh?
Yeah, I really got to read those. I did manage to read 2, 4, 7, 8 comics today.
Wow, there you go.
I sat down and I banged out 8. Only 3 of them, though, are from today's new books, and the other 5 were old. But you'll see when I get to them, you'll see why I read those 8 comics.
Okay.
Let's see, what else do we have?
But you were out and about for a while, right? A couple of weeks or whatever, just bouncing around.
Jumping around, working, personal life, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the one person who's watching right now, planning a wedding, so
Nice.
so everything is going crazy.
Congratulations on that too, by the way.
Thank you. I sent out a package. I sold something on eBay, and I sent it out on March 2nd, and it just got delivered today. And the one thing I didn't realize is it said like it was going to Illinois, but it was actually going to an international address.
Huh.
So I don't know why eBay does that. Maybe they ship books out internationally from this location in Illinois. But I was worried. I was like, it's been 2 weeks. Why hasn't the package arrived yet? And then like I checked the details, and it was like, oh, this is an international package. And I was like, oh.
Ooh.
I was like, I hope I packed it well enough for
Wow.
international travel. But we'll see. We'll see what happens when I get reviewed.
Cool.
It was so there's a guy called Gary V. I don't really pay much attention to him, but at New York Comic Con, I went to a booth, not a Gary V booth, by the way. I went to a Walmart booth, and apparently he has a deal with Walmart. So they gave away like his comic, like a pack. It said New York Comic Con, Gary V Friends. It's called V Friends comic pack, and it had like stickers and a comic in it and stuff. I never opened it, so I was like, in May, I'm probably gonna move again.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Where'd
So,
you-
closer to, like, it's just in a better. Like, I love where I am now. It's an awesome place, but where I'm moving is just more convenient for. It's called Smithtown. It's just more convenient for everything, like getting to a train station, so getting to the city, getting to other parts of the island. Like, it's just, this place is great, but it's in a secluded area, so it's an extra like 15-20 minutes just to get to a major road, and then so it just makes travel that much harder.
So you thought when you first did this, you thought it'd be okay to move here, but
yeah, and it is okay. Honestly, I don't hate it. It's just a convenience thing. So so it'll make it much more convenient. Let's see. All mine are old too. And what else? I feel so special. Dagger feels special. You should feel special, Dagger. All right. I guess I'll show off what I bought today, right? Because that's kind of
Cool.
like what the deal is.
yeah, new comic book day. Why?
Yeah, and you know what? Last week I picked up books, and it was like 3 weeks worth of books, so that was crazy. And then I guess a lot of books came out today. Like, this is part of my stack, and I was like, but I just came last week and picked up 3 weeks worth of books. How did I get? Why is there so many books?
Another step.
I feel like not only has the price of comics gone up, but they're like pumping out comic books faster than ever. Instead of like once a month,
Yeah.
now it's like maybe twice a month.
Well, did you hear Dan Slott kind of pleading for people to put his comic on their pull lists?
On the pull list? Is he?
It says nowadays Marvel only guarantees 5 issues unless it does good.
Really?
So Dan Slott was on a show like yesterday, just telling everyone to pre-order a comic book shirt. It was pretty weird, actually, to see him do that.
Yeah, to hear somebody like
Spider-Man too, Spectacular Spider-Man. So you figure, and it's called Brand New Day. You figured he wouldn't have to do that, but
right. Well, I think a lot of people didn't like the original Brand New Day, right?
I didn't really like it that much. But I didn't really like JMS's run either. So I thought some of Brand New Day was good because some of the writers were good.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was inconsistent. It was flopping around. It was weird.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm looking at I went to what could be, I think it's Dan Slott. There's a couple of Dan Slotts out there. Instagram page, and it has a lot of DC stuff on it and a couple of Spider-Man things, but not too many. But
He wants to do an ongoing, but he doesn't feel comfortable.
right. Yeah.
I'm surprised they're calling the movie Brand New Day, but that's because no one really remembers who he is, I guess.
Right. And for all the things that people don't like about Brand New Day, it's still a title that people know,
Yeah.
you know? Love it or hate it. Or hate it or hate it. 'Cause I don't know anybody who's
It
ever
was
said
kind of
I don't know.
inconsistent. It was inconsistent. I wish they didn't regress Peter Parker. They didn't have to do that.
Right. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the movie though. This looks like it's going to be a good year for movies, by the way, this year.
Yeah.
Right. Because we got
You got Daredevil coming up too.
Daredevil. Avengers Doomsday is coming out. X-Men 97 should be
Yeah.
out this summer.
We got Punisher and the Spidey movie, the Punisher from the Netflix series. So
Yeah.
that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
The little crossover, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to to all the good stuff coming out.
Yeah.
All right. Man, I wish I had a Spider-Man comic because that would have been the perfect segue, but I don't have one on top. I don't even have one in this pile. But I do have Catwoman. I don't know if that makes any sense. Yeah, I didn't read. So the ones I'm showing now, I haven't read yet. Catwoman, Torun Grunbeck is on the scene. They've had like Black Mask in this series like throughout the entire thing, so much so that he could potentially be like the main villain of this whole comic. But yeah, I don't know where we are right now in this.
Who's writing that?
Torun Grunbeck.
Did you
She did Thor for a while when Donny Cates got hurt. She does a lot of like she did a lot of Thor stuff, honestly. She did a lot of the Norse mythology stuff, and then I guess she went over to DC and she got Catwoman. So took over for who's writing this before? I think Stephanie Phillips was writing it before. And then she took over for her. And before that was Joelle Jones.
So no more men writing Catwoman.
No, not really. You did have Sean Murphy wrote, I want to say 4 or 5 issues.
Oh, okay.
He filled in for a little bit and he did a couple of issues. But yeah, it's been mostly women on Catwoman. 90 to 95% of the issues that have come out have been.
Yeah, well, a lot of them are good writers. So
Yeah. This one, so up until this issue, so we're on issue 85, and up here it does say the start of a new series, whatever. Selina's Gotham Homecoming starts here. So we've had about, I'd say 15 issues of just, right? So 15 issues, about three stories, right? 5 issues a piece of just backstories of Selina Kyle and how she kind of got to where she is. So it was more like the retelling of a younger Selina Kyle and what she did back then and how she became like this world class thief and all that and who she worked with. Lots of different stories behind that, so there was one of the first stories that was set up was somebody gets murdered who Selina recognizes, but what she recognizes is that was her old alias. So she's like, who actually got killed? Because it wasn't me, my old alias. And that was kind of the impetus for retelling all these old stories. So it takes her to Europe and all these other locations and to this old family that she used to work with and crew and revisiting all those people. And that's kind of where we were with Catwoman up until the last issue 84, and now with 85, it looks like Selena Kyle is coming back to Gotham, coming back to the future, and we're going to get some current stories with Catwoman.
Cool.
So that's pretty cool. And let's see, we'll show some interior art because why not? People should know what we're getting in this book. So I will tell you right now, by looking at this, the color tones have changed. There was a little bit more sepia, a little bit more reminiscent, like lighting and colors with the retelling of her past.
Yeah.
So now, this is more, I wouldn't say it pops more, but it's just more, less reminiscent, lighter or modern. Just the artwork just kind of pulls you into, it's a current story. So, and the interesting thing with, the retelling of the past stories is it did pop in and out. So like Selena would be investigating the past and we get the past story and then it popped us into the future and she's like, well, got to throw on the Catwoman suit now because I got to go do some stuff, so it did kind of move around back and forth, but not so much that it threw you out of the whole story. I think that's Falcone over here with the scar on his face. I think he got that from Selena. Let's see. Here's some more artwork. So, not familiar with the artist. I think they brought on a new artist for this arc.
Yeah.
And it says Gian Felici. So, not really familiar with who that is, but we'll read it. We'll find out. It looks good. It looks interesting. I'm pretty caught up on Catwoman, so I think I only have like 2 issues to read from her past, and then we'll be all caught up. All right, here's a book that I just probably at this point should just pull off of my pull list.
Because you hung in there long enough.
Yeah, I haven't been reading it, honestly. It's Sam and Twitch from the Spawn universe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just haven't been reading it, and the price has gone up now to $3.99, and I mean we're in March and we got a Christmas story happening here. I don't know what's happening. Some people actually like this book, so maybe that's part of the reason why I've stayed with it. But I honestly think at my comic shop, I'm probably the only person buying Sam and Twitch.
Okay.
And it's a Spawn universe book. It's Sam and Twitch. A lot of people like Sam and Twitch, so
yeah.
I just haven't been reading it enough. Same thing with this one.
But when did he stop reading it? Like 20 issues ago or something?
Yeah. What are we on? Issue 22? I'd say maybe 15 or so issues ago. So
wow.
I am like 3 trades behind at least.
Yeah, think about it. That's like $60.
Yeah. So a lot of.
Well, not all of it was $4.99. Not all of it was $3.99.
Right. Yeah, some of it was $2.99. Dagger says, "I love me some Daredevil and Punisher." I do too. Like I can't wait.
Ron Hilston in the house. What up, dude?
Ron's a cool
You're doing
dude.
good, man.
Love me some Ron. Let's see. You had me at Thor. I haven't even showed a Thor book yet. But yeah, the writer of Catwoman was doing Thor for a while. Davide Gianfelice is an Italian comic book artist known for his work on titles including Northlanders, Daredevil Reborn, Six Guns, and more. Cool.
Do you know that I collect everything Daredevil when I see it on the cheap? Did I tell you that I bought a stack of Spidey comics from the 90s and they're all 50 cents each and they're like minty?
Wow.
High grade.
All high grade? That's crazy.
What the freak's going on here? I'm talking about Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1. I mean, they're not popular, but still 50 cents each. I didn't have them and they go in my collection.
Yeah, I've never seen, even like the the later books, like the 400s and the 500s or whatever, and even the 6 and the 700, I've never seen them for 50 cents.
Yeah, so when you see him for 50 cents, people snag him. Spidey holds its value even when the stories aren't as great,
Yeah, exactly.
I collect everything Daredevil now because I noticed over the long swath of decades of Daredevil stories, Marvel leaves the writers alone with Daredevil.
Yeah.
And so ever since Frank Miller, it's been kind of consistently like street,
Yeah.
like grit in a way. So, and after watching all these Daredevil series back to back, I'm like, oh my God, what a freaking fantastic character he is, man.
Yeah, I like me some Daredevil, and he's only getting more popular, and he definitely is one of the leaders of the street level.
I tried watching season 2 to season 3 without watching Defenders in between. You guys got to do that. If you decide to marathon Daredevil, you got to go segue right to Defenders, because Defenders season 1 is pretty much a Daredevil. It's the story. It's mostly about Daredevil.
Right.
It ties into Iron Fist, but it's Daredevil, the whole thing.
Yeah,
pretty much. Even though we're watching Jessica Jones too. All those characters are good, so I'm glad that. Here's the story, you guys. If you haven't heard, that Disney's going to keep all the Netflix characters, even Iron Fist, which isn't as popular. But
right.
If he stopped pouting so much, he'd make a good Iron Fist.
Right. I think part of what they were saying was they just kind of rushed the first season of Iron Fist, because by the second season the martial arts work is a lot
better.
But you see Daredevil and you see like how gritty that is and the action in that, and then you go to Iron Fist and you're like, he could barely throw a kick. Like, what's happening here?
Yeah, what's going on here?
So yeah, I think
Daredevil, and they cast that man well. That is Matt Murdock.
Yeah,
that is in the comic. That's him. It's so cool. But what Disney did, and I don't know the story behind it, but they did Foggy Nelson wrong. They just did him wrong.
From what I understand, is he had another obligation, if you will.
So you kill the character?
So they right?
No.
So yeah, I guess they didn't want to recast the actor.
Just freaking wound him really bad where he's in the hospital, and that's it.
Just leave him in the hospital for a long time. Yeah.
You don't kill off Foggy Nelson. Come on, people.
Then maybe do some reshoots if you got to fill in some blanks.
I think what they did is they had a direction they were going in. They realized it wasn't working, and then they totally revamped it, and they brought in the Netflix people now.
Yeah.
Now the Netflix people who did a great job with these characters are responsible for this new Daredevil season coming up.
Gonna run it. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think they were confused as to how to incorporate things like She-Hulk and all those other characters, and which they didn't really do. And the tone, it was a very up and down series. Like some episodes were a little bit more serious, and then others didn't feel quite as
well. The Netflix series, all those series are darker.
Yeah,
just the tone is darker, and but I think they. I'm excited to see all the characters again in this new Daredevil series.
Yeah,
I think Luke Cage was awesome too. That was Luke Cage.
Luke Cage was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard they didn't. I don't know. Just it might just be hearsay, but I heard they didn't really go after Luke Cage as quickly as some of the other guys because of something that the actor had said or something like that. There was like a little heat on him or whatever for something he said. So they were like, we're going to let that cool off and we're not, going to do Luke Cage. But they were like,
Luke Cage isn't coming back right now?
No, I think they are now. I think they've decided they want to bring back all the guys. But it was first Daredevil and then Jessica Jones. And then they were back. Yeah, and then they were debating about Iron Fist and Luke Cage. I think Luke Cage had enough popularity that they were like, okay, we should bring him back in.
Yeah.
And
you got to work with that Iron Fist character now.
And then now Iron Fist, you gotta
Maybe you could just get a little more somber, or just not as pouty.
right.
And he has to, we'll see what happens.
Exactly. Yeah, Dagger picked up some new books this week. All Spawn, except for Berserker Blank, which means Dagger's gonna get another blank. I don't know. Dagger's been on a tear with getting these blanks, like getting actual drawings on blanks.
Cool.
And I'm like, in Canada, they must be super cheap because they're so expensive here at cons. I can't get nearly as many as he's been getting. These
The blank
blanks.
covers.
Yeah, these blanks with, and then he goes and gets some, gets the artist to do a cover for him, and it's crazy. Yeah, hope you're having a good day today, Ron. Ron's found a way to get rid of some of his excess comics. He just gives it to his grandchildren. I guess that's what you got to do with your comics when eventually you move on. You pass them down.
Yeah.
My grandma would write my name with an E at the end like that as a kid. What else we get? I agree. Can't go wrong with Daredevil. You cannot. I have been stocking up. All right. Speaking of getting back, going way back, books I should probably just cut off. Here's another Spawn book. This is Rat City. So, Rat City's kind of where Spawn was back in the good old days. And then this is goes in time with all the goes to the future with all the stuff. But what we do get in this issue, so I got to kind of get back on track, is Violator shows up. So now they've got Violator in the future, or a version of the Violator, and I got to see how Violator and the Clown end up in this futuristic Spawn time. So, but if you do want like reminiscent 90s art and style, that's kind of what this is. It's done very much like a 90s comic.
You're done with that Rat City though. Spawn 2099, right?
Yeah. I didn't absolutely hate it. I just thought like it really reads like a 90s comic, like Wildcats.
Yeah.
Or,
just over the top posing and
yeah.
It's and the one big punch, right?
Yeah. Splash pages, but no backgrounds anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just all the big, everybody's huge and jacked.
Bunch of posers.
Yeah, exactly. Here is another Spawn title. This one I do like. This is Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger.
Cool.
So Jimmy Palmiotti is writing this. So
Those
you
are
actually
good
have
stories. Those are good stories.
Yeah. These are all origin stories, right? So this is Deadly Tales. So the regular Gunslinger is happening, it's current, and then Deadly Tales is set in the past, and this is kind of setting up why and how the Gunslinger ends up in the current, Spawn time, if you will.
Right.
And most of the artwork is like this gritty, dark coloring. Occasionally, you do have like guest artists who come in and kind of change the art style to like how they're used to, and it gets a little brighter and a little normal. And you do, because all these, it's set in the West, in the old West, the Wild Wild West. Because of that, and because it's so gritty, when they pull them out of the grit, with the coloring and stuff, you really notice it.
Yeah.
Let's see, what is this? I had some VA military money. All right. You know how to spend your money on comics. All gone now, though. But I had lots of fun getting the sketches done. Oh, okay. So that's what he did. He had some money come in and then used it all on sketches. You know what? If you can't enjoy your money, then what can you enjoy?
Yeah.
What I don't like is this one has a color breaking tick on top. You probably can't see it. Oh yeah, you could see it. It's right there.
You gotta inspect your comics.
No. Before I go, I gotta inspect the comics.
That's the
I
point.
think I'm the only. Well, no, I'm one of like 3 people who get Deadly Tales, so I would have to steal somebody else's copy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know if it hits the shelf. Half the time, I don't even see half these Spawn books on the shelf at my LCS.
Wow. Yeah, people are tight with their ordering. I guess, it is concerning.
Yeah,
The sales going on out there.
yeah. I mean, everything's more expensive. There's less money. It doesn't go as far. Like I've honestly, like I say, I should drop these. I did drop Absolute Green Lantern. So maybe I didn't hate it. No, sorry, I didn't drop Absolute Green Lantern. I dropped Absolute Flash.
Okay.
I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. Out of all the titles, it was the one that kept me least engaged. So I did drop that one. I'll probably drop those 2 Spawn books, and start tightening it up. I mean, I did. I had about 40. I want to say it was $40 today in comics. So,
and that's like 9 comics or something.
Exactly. It's like 8 or 9 comics. So
yeah.
Um,
But if you're really liking them and you're collecting them, that's cool. But yeah, you don't want any ticks or anything. So you got to. That's the point in buying it brand new. Is you want them like new.
Exactly. So I want to be the one to put the ticks in them, or the
if it happens, yeah,
or the creases, or put a thumbprint in it.
Yeah.
What do we got? We got Mortal Thor number 8. I think the last one I read was issue 5, so I got about 3 of these to read. But it's interesting. So Thor in Immortal Thor, he dies.
Yeah.
So he becomes the Mortal Thor.
Yeah.
They bring him back, and then he's living a life as this guy Thornbrunn, and he doesn't realize that he's Thor. He's just this Nordic dude who's really good at carpentry and steel work, and occasionally when he gets to a fight, he'll throw a hammer on a string and throw it at people and pull the hammer back. So it's interesting. This one seems to throw us though into, it looks like some kind of hellish pit. So maybe Thor's got his powers back, maybe he doesn't. So we'll see. But yeah, there's all sorts of stuff going on. And the last issue I did read did seem to indicate that there was going to be some kind of mythical tale happening. So, I think we're starting to get the pieces going as to Thor becoming Thor again.
It's funny. It's like I didn't like the whole Jane Foster stuff, but if I see that minty on the cheap, those issues, I grab them now.
Yeah, I mean, Jason Aaron's a good writer.
Yeah. But, it's like, well, I loved when he first got on Thor. I still have those. But I collect Thor.
Right.
And now if it comes to me bagged of board and minty at 50 cents or something like that, how can you not grab this Marvel stuff?
Yeah. I mean, especially on the cheap. And I feel like the market right now is more interested in indie books than Marvel books at the moment. Right. So Marvel books, even though they've dominated the secondary market, I think if it's not like a major key now, the books aren't that expensive. People aren't raising prices on those books. So yeah, when you find them on the cheap, I agree. You should grab them.
Just grab them, yeah.
Yeah. It's probably a good time to grab Marvel books at the cheap. It seems like every week though a new indie book is just exploding in price.
But they're not going to last. That's not going to last.
Right. No, that's the thing.
People just lose interest if they don't have a true passion for stuff. Yeah.
And I think everybody's also just trying to find the next Walking Dead or Invincible title,
So buy these indies and flip them.
Yeah, I mean it's very far in between that you find one of these books that surpasses, 3-4 figures like Walking Dead did, and then Invincible. So yeah, if you can get a book and you can sell it for 20, I'd say
What
sell
about
it.
the Dork thing? That's
Oh my God, Dork went so. The third printing I think came out today of issue 1. I've passed on it. I haven't read it. I passed. You know, if cover A was still in the stores, I probably would have got it. But third printing, I got so many books. I was like, you know what, I missed the boat on that one, so I'm good.
yeah.
Gunslinger is my favorite Spawn and football player too. Good choice dropping Flash instead of Green Lantern. It's hard to miss a nail with that hammer. He's got a big hammer. Sounds like a plan. Aaron.
Yeah, just stick with what you love, you guys. Long term, it always works out.
Yeah, I think
Stick
so.
with what you really like. And if
You're gonna catch a key at some point anyway, just reading what you like.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening in the Amazing Spider-Man. After they did the whole thing with
Oh, you got a
Spidey.
copy. You said you didn't have a copy.
I know, and then I did. I didn't see it when I was going through it.
Now, tell me what's going on with Spidey. You didn't read it yet?
I didn't, but I didn't get Death Spiral #1. So after Spidey came back so I finished that. Came back from off planet, whatever. And there was a whole story with like Norman Osborn trying to be Spidey and Ben Reilly trying to be Peter, and then Spidey comes back and faces his issues. Like, part of me I think was happy that he got sent to space, right? He was dealing with so much at the time that the character that I think he was like, I need this, and then he came back to Earth and he's got like a crew of people with him. And he's got to like repair his life. So Ben Reilly kind of ruins his relationship with his Aunt May, because he takes over being Peter Parker and the work and all this other stuff, but he doesn't actually focus on the relationships that Peter has built. And then Norman Osborn goes and tries to be Spider-Man, but Norman's a little rough around the edges. He's got that Green Goblin thing happening, and then he was the Golden Goblin. So he's still like, he's stopping criminals, but he is actually very reminiscent of like Batman in some ways, right? He's like breaking people's arms and stuff like that. And so the rest of the Spidey crew is like, yo, what are you doing? You're not actually Spider-Man. And they find out it's Norman, and like Miles Morales is like, bro, stop being Spider-Man. You're like a menace.
Yeah.
But Norman really tries, and he tries harder after that to be Spider-Man. And he's like, how does he do it? Like, how does he maintain his life and all? And that's the thing. That's the curse of being Spider-Man, I think. It really is. Not everybody can do it. And by the end of it, Norman's like a shell of himself. He's almost breaking down. Wow. And the issue really ends. The wrap up of the story really ends with Norman just getting a hug from Peter. Like, and he's like, it's gonna be all right. And it actually kind of is moving. It's a little touching. And then after that, they jump into this Death Spiral thing, Carnage, and issue 1. It's kind of like the whole other Carnage series that came out, where it was like 10 issues, and each run of Superman Maximum Carnage. There was Maximum Carnage 1, and then it jumped to maybe Amazing, and then it was in Spectacular, and then it was probably an issue of Web or whatever, and it was all over the place. That's kind of what they're doing with this one. They did a Death Spiral #1, which I never got. I didn't pick it up because I didn't realize it was a crossover into Amazing Spider-Man, so I don't have issue 1, or I don't have part 1, but I have parts 2, 3, and 4. So because then part 2 was in Amazing, part 3 was in Venom, and then part 4 is back in Amazing. So basically, I either have to wait for Death Spiral to come out digitally, which might take another...
Because your shops no longer have it, huh?
I probably could find it in the shop, but I'm not actively, until I catch up a little bit more, I'm not actively looking to pick up back issues of something that I'm not even sure I want to read.
Yeah.
And part of it is like I opened the book, and to me, I'm not like,
You're not blown away.
yeah, I'm not blown away by the art, and it's another. I am interested to see what's up with Carnage, because Carnage currently is Eddie Brock. So I mean, I'm kind of interested to see how that works. So right now, yeah, I just flipped the page and you got like Eddie Brock here. And I think it's doing a backstory of Eddie Brock as a kid and his dad. So there's kind of some
Norman
stuff
had the red suit too.
Yeah, he did.
When does this end? How many times can
Yes.
Carnage jump on somebody?
Yeah, right. So they're doing this whole death spiral thing.
Yeah,
And
but the art is like, come on, Marvel.
yeah, I'm
They
not
don't
like,
pay their people anymore.
yeah. So, and Charles Soule is actually on this with Joe Kelly. So I'm thinking Charles Soule is actually writing it, but Joe Kelly's giving him like, because Joe Kelly is kind of running Amazing Spider-Man at the moment. He's not the editor, but he's the main writer. So I think he's going to need Charles, when he's done with this series, to lead it in a direction where Joe Kelly can pick up.
He's pretty good too, Joe Kelly. He's a good
Yeah.
writer.
So yeah, it does say Charles Soule with Joe Kelly here. And then guest artist Jesus Saez. So he's the guest artist on this book right now. And I think Giuseppe Camunculi is the usual artist, I believe. And JR. So JR is probably taking a little break as well.
And you kind of miss his art now.
In some ways, it's like, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Like I open it, I'm just not blown away. I don't know. And what is this? We got little talking Groots or something. I don't know. This guy actually works with Fungi. He's a co-worker of Peter's at his job, and an old friend. Let's see. This is what this actually threw me for a loop. You got Carnage here, right? But then on the next page, there was Superman and Wonder Woman, and I was like, "What?" And then they're doing the Spider-Man Superman crossover. So I was like,
That's cool, man. I would buy that.
Yeah. So I think that comes out. I think it actually comes out next week, Spider-Man Superman, and then 2 weeks after that, or the week after that, is Superman Spider-Man. So, the way you tell who's actually
the publisher
is their character will usually be the first one. So Spider-Man Superman publisher is going to be Marvel with
that's cool though, isn't it?
DC.
Are you excited?
And then I'm good. I mean, I'm definitely getting a issue. I looked at a lot of the covers though. I haven't decided which cover I'm getting. I mean, usually when I'm in doubt, I just go a cover.
I wonder if they're going to do an event. Why not?
That would be interesting to have them. So a lot of these. Yeah, a lot of them right now.
If it was Jeff Johns teaming up with Jonathan Hickman or something, they did an event together, that would rule.
Oh, good, great.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be something for the ages. Oh,
they should have a big, epic freaking crossover too.
Yeah, I just think if you get those two guys in a room though, like it's going to be a lot. They got to figure out like a cadence or something, because Hickman's a world builder, and I mean Jeff Johns is to an extent as well. Johns is a little bit more. He takes a lot more time though with his. I don't think he's as focused as Hickman.
Well,
like Jeff,
what would be better then? Who else on DC is really doing awesome?
I don't know who would be better than Jeff Johns. I just don't know.
Well, I mean, who would be just as good? The guy who does Green Lantern now. What's his name?
Who's doing Green Lantern?
But Wade maybe, because Wade knows both universes really well.
Wade, maybe Jason Aaron.
So if it was,
I would say Scott Snyder, but if it's not a horror book, I don't think so.
Or if it's not over the top, or
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't know. Who Jed McKay is good.
Yeah, Jed McKay, Rick Remender might be
Chip-
okay.
Well, yeah, but Rick Remender's still an Image, right?
Yeah, well, he's got his own label now, but so does
Remender. They got to get him on Uncanny X-Men. I think that would rule because he has a true passion for that stuff.
yeah. I mean, yeah, Jeff Johns has
What if it was Chip Zdarsky and Mark Waid suddenly did a crossover event? Would that work?
I think so. I think that will work too. Yeah,
Because
I don't
Waid
know.
knows Chip already.
Yeah, because I don't know how Hickman. I mean, I love Hickman, and Hickman he's run like different versions. He did the Ultimate. He's done the Ultimate Universe this time, and he did.
Well, Jeff Johns and Hickman working together, that would be like a 3-year plan. They would get to sit
Yeah,
down, like brainstorm and come up with something, and slowly. And so probably would be not something that DC and Marvel lawyers could work out.
oh my gosh, yeah, that would take forever.
They want quick in and outs right now.
But yeah, I think that's something definitely that Zdarsky could do, and yeah, if you just, yeah, I'm trying to think of anybody else who would be really good at that. Yeah, no, I think you hit the head on the nail on the head. There we go. I was gonna say the head on the nail. That would actually suck. That probably hurt a lot. All right, what else do we got? Ultimate Wolverine number 15.
Good stuff.
Oh look, there's an advertisement for Spider-Man number 1, brand new day. I think it was on some other comics too, but that's
Pretty
it.
cool. That looks good.
Yeah, Dan Slott, Marcus Martin, the Spectacular Spider-Man. The only
Marcus Martin, that's pretty good.
Marcos Martin. Yeah.
He hasn't done when he was like Ditko or modern kind of like retro artist there. I remember liking his stuff, but maybe it's different now because people do digital stuff now. It's not cool, man.
Right. A lot of digital stuff.
Yeah, come on, people.
Got some Wolverine. Wolverine's been through hell and back in this storyline.
People like it, huh?
Yeah. Magic is actually a bad guy in this one.
Oh, really? She's a popular character, I guess now.
She is. They turned the whole Rasputin family into villains. So Colossus was also a villain in this one.
In the Ultimate Universe.
In the Ultimate. Yes. Oh, it's my last pre-made bag and board.
Do you organize your comics right away?
Yes, but no, but yes. I have like I need to read box, and then I have a file away box, and then I have the boxes of everything filed away.
Yeah.
I just on Monday Night Raw books, I just went through my Uncanny X-Men box the other night, and
Nice.
Got it pretty much in order now. So that box is good, and I'm not gonna get rid of any of my Uncanny X-Men. So I know they're all in that box. That box is gonna go away, and then any old issues of Uncanny X-Men I get goes in that box.
Yeah.
So this one I have to catch up on. This is the Infernal Hulk. I will say that I've read the first 3 issues, so this is 5, so I'm not that far behind. But basically, the Hulk has been taken over by a really old demon and has become the Infernal Hulk. And he's probably the baddest version of the Hulk that you could imagine. And when I left him, I think he was in hell. So
people are enjoying that.
Yeah, they've taken Hulk all over the place. Like, I mean, here he's just ripping apart what appears to be some kind of techno-organic creature. So we'll figure out what that is when I read it. But the story of the Hulk has been or it's done the best when it's kind of a body horror. When it was, I guess it was Cates who made him into a spaceship. That didn't work out as well. But Al Ewing and now Philip Kennedy Johnson have made it like a true like horror book.
Yeah.
And honestly, like it's pound for pound. I keep saying it, pound for pound. It's one of the best horror books on the market. So
Yeah.
I'm digging it. And then I picked up Captain America #8. I haven't read the entirety of this series either, but I have picked up
Chip
the last few issues.
Chip Zdarsky's on it, right?
Yeah. And it starts off as it was interesting to read, and I really had to train my mind to get into it. So it does kind of start off with Captain America being reanimated, and then it kind of jumps back and forth between time and like Captain America being reanimated. But when they retrofit the story, they kind of place him in a more modern time setting. So he's not reanimated, you know, it's more like the movie,
Yeah.
right? Man out
He
of
doesn't
time.
come back. He doesn't come back in the 60s, right?
Right. He comes back in like the 2000s. So he comes back to like cell phones and billboards and stuff,
Yeah.
like LED billboards and all that stuff. And he's like, what? So yeah, I just had to train my mind to be like, and then I was like, I thought of the movie and I was like, oh, okay, it's kind of like the movie. So, but there's another guy.
That's a soft reboot for Captain America,
Yeah.
right?
It's a reboot. Yeah, it's kind of it's Zdarsky's just kind of making Captain America his own story in a way, and he does create another character who's supposed to be like Captain America, another super soldier,
Yeah.
and they end up like meeting up, and that's kind of where I left it off. I'm not sure what happens past that point, but I'm not like totally impressed with the art in this one. So,
Well, they're just, it's like Marvel doesn't care. I don't get it, you know?
yeah. And I mean, I picked this one up because it was one of those character sketch covers.
Yeah.
I pick these up when I can. This is Tambling. So it's a character in the book. But yeah, no, I mean, the artwork is meh. Like the proportions just aren't right. I mean, they could have got, you know, I don't know, anybody.
Did I tell you that I found some of those Civil War issues for 50 cents, all minty?
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, the Civil War for 50 cents. That's insane. I'm sorry. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but like, I don't know. That Cap just doesn't do it for me. Like they could have got Rob Liefeld to do Cap, and I would have been happier with it. So, no, yeah, Civil War for 50 cents.
Well, yeah, just minty like Civil War issues, original Civil War issues.
Nice.
Like, what?
Did I tell you what happened to my 50-cent warehouse?
Closed down.
Yeah, I mean, didn't close down per se. They just sold out. Like a guy came in and gave him, I think like $8,000 or something, and just bought the entire warehouse. So it was a guy who sells on Whatnot or whatever, just came in and bought the entire thing. So he had stock for his Whatnot streams. And that happened about 2 months ago.
Are they restocking?
They are. I spoke to the owner, I think 2 weeks ago, and he said, yeah, he's looking at a few collections. He said about 3. He's looking at 3 collections. And if he gets at least 2 of them, he'll put them in the warehouse. But, you know, he's got to buy the collections, and then he's got to cherry pick, you know, the bigger books out of it. And then he'll ship the rest, you know, put the rest in the warehouse. And the cool thing is he's looking for like major keys a lot of the time, or at least like keys, but he doesn't really care too much about minor keys and stuff like that. So sometimes a couple of books will slip by the cracks for 50 cents that are like $10-$20 books, and you don't, I think, you know, he's not him and his crew are not really like looking through them like crazy. It's just they're looking for the keys that they know. So I've gotten a few good keys. I got the first Kyle Rayner, Green Lantern there. I got the first King Shark there. I've gotten some. I got the second cover. What was a back cover appearance of Yosagi Yojimbo. What else? There was when there was a whole video game craze, there were a few of those video game comic books in there. So I picked up a bunch of those, and those are like $10-$20 books. The Bloodstone books, they had like not issue 1, which was going for crazy money, but they had issues 2, 3, and 4, and then they had like second or third printing of issue 1. So Namen's in the house. Now I can even afford 50 cents United States dollars. There you go. And then Namen's in the house. What's up, Namen?
Namen will find comics on the cheap.
Yeah, Namen just does. Yeah, Namen does stuff.
He just finds them.
All right. These are the books I actually read today, believe it or not.
Wow, good work.
Yeah, so I guess we'll go through those real quick. We're already past the hour mark. We got the Ultimates 22. So, the other one, like I said, was Iron Man. This one is Captain America and the Red Skull. And there's some interesting things about this book, right? Like, so Reed Richards is actually documenting there's some stuff. So this Red Skull was John Walker, right?
Yeah.
John Walker dies, so it's not even, German who's the Red Skull in this universe. But anyway, Captain America finds out who the new Red Skull is, and it's a little bit of a shocker, a little bit predictable if you're reading it, but also a little bit of a shocker, especially to Cap. He's got his head down here, and that's why major disappointment. And then if you look at the cover, you can see Bucky there, and then you see the Red Skull looming, and so you can kind of determine. I don't want to ruin the story for anybody, but
that's cool.
There's some key elements there, and then you get them fighting, and there's some Red Skull action there, and then they go to the past, and here's some Cap and Bucky, and so this one focuses more on Cap. Oh, and here's the crazy thing about it. See these terrorists? They got babies strapped to them. So this book was interesting read. Yeah. So we'll put this away because we read it.
Cool. Are you gonna pick up the new Spectacular Spider-Man?
I mean, Dan Slott's begging us to. How can I deny Dan?
He just wants it to go past 5 issues. It's funny.
Yeah, well, they get the more issues they write too, the more they get paid. So,
well, he just wants to write Spidey.
Yeah, I think he's looking to get back on Spidey. So,
it's like I'm glad he's off Amazing. 10 years, come on.
It was a bit much. All right. So here's this came out today. Exquisite Corpses number 11.
Hearing good things about that.
Yeah, it's good. This guy I think dies in like issue 1, but they don't really care. They just put the characters on the covers. Doesn't really matter. I've been getting the ones that come with the collectible trading cards. This one I put in backwards. But if I can get it out. So they're actually issue 11 came out today. So issue 12 should be coming out next month, and I think that wraps up at least the first arc of this story, unless they decide to keep it going, because that's kind of what they did with something's killing the children. It was doing so well that they just were like, you know what, let's keep the party going. Yeah. So each one of the cover C's comes with the collectible trading card for the game that's supposed to come out this year.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I've been buying the cover C's just to get the cards. So I have it on my pull. But in this one, yeah, you basically get a lot of people get murdered very violently. Look at this person getting stabbed in the
Hey,
eye.
dude.
Yeah, we're like an hour and something in, so I'm not too worried about kids seeing it. They usually don't watch it this long. Look, this bunny guy thing going through him. Yeah, this book does get very violent at times. If you haven't, I mean, we're already on issue 11, so I'm gonna at least give away the synopsis. Basically, a group of 13 very powerful people in the world get together every year, not every year, every 5 years, to do like a tournament. Winner of the tournament gets to run the U.S. They call them the 13. They're part of the original 13 colonies.
Okay.
And so they, the government, the U.S. government, they say is actually like a front. It actually doesn't exist. These are the most powerful people in the world who run it. They go into small towns, throw a bunch of killers, upon that town, and throw a tournament, close off all the roads in and out of the town, turn off all cellular communications, scramble all TV signals, etc., and then just go in and mayhem ensues. And they'll kill anybody who tries to escape the town. They let these killers run free, and then the winner of the tournament gets to rule the world for 5 years until they throw the next one. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's kind of funny in a very grotesque, psychotic kind of way.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have all these people who are throwing the tournament, kind of working together in the same room, not working together, but talking together in the same room. This is probably the most. Let's see if they have a good picture of her. And there's no full color splash, but the fox lady, she's probably the most popular of the characters in here. I think they call it the masked fox killer, something like that.
That's some old school sketching,
Yeah. Yeah, look, there's no real backgrounds here, just all color. With that being said, the story.
But I hear great things about this, man. People are really enjoying it.
Yeah. The artwork, even though it's not like super detailed, if you will, the characters themselves kind of come across very eerily.
Yeah. That's cool.
So this was issue 10.
So stylistically it works. Aesthetically it works.
Aesthetically, I think it works. And it's not the reading is pretty, I don't want to say it's light or easy, but it's easy to comprehend what's happening in these issues. And then this is issue 9. So I read 9, 10, and 11 before the show today.
Nice.
Yeah. Putting them into my CLZ app as we speak.
Yeah.
And here's another cool thing about it. Let's say you don't buy it for these. These are also hollow foil. I don't know if you can see them. They're partly, it's like some foil. Actually, I don't know if this one has any foil in it. The other one did. I wonder if some of them have foil and some of them don't. Like maybe you get like a rare. See the foil in that one?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I got to read up on that and see if maybe like 1 out of every 5 has a foil one. Because I don't think they all have foil. No, because this one doesn't have foil.
Huh.
Yeah, I wonder if I got like a rare foil card.
Cool.
But yeah, let's say you're not getting the one with the trading card in it. They just actually print the trading card in the back here. You could, if you wanted to, cut it out. I don't know. I feel it's kind of barbaric to cut out. You could also, from what I understand, you could just go to the website and you can print them out too. But yeah, So here you go. Here's some more. This guy's pretty. This bunny. They call him the Bad Bunny Killer or something like that, and I was like, oh no, not Bad Bunny. In this story though, like the people from the town actually start to get it together. Like these guys go to a radio, find a radio to try to radio for help.
Yeah.
This girl who's a nurse, and her uncle is like the sheriff of the town, but the sheriff got paid off to like run away, and then we find out like he only got paid like I think $1,500 or something like that.
Wow.
To like just take the police out of the equation. He gets paid like $1,500 or something like that. Let's see. Oh, sorry, about $1,200. And she goes,
Wow.
excuse me, and he goes, that's how much a life costs here, or at least that's what the sheriff of yours sold you out for. Only $1,200, and the guy sabotaged the sheriff sabotages the whole police station so that these people in the town can't fight back, which is crazy. Yeah, and then this guy terrorizes everybody. The bunny guy. He literally in this comic, like the guy jumps into a pool, like ties up the bunny guy underwater, right? And then like in the next panel or the next page, the bunny guy's like standing in the hallway dripping wet, and he's like, "Ah, come on!" Like he's like, so there's some interesting fun writing going on in the book too.
See this, Will?
What do you got? Oh, wait, hold on. What is that?
I met Bigby McFly.
Oh wow,
in the flesh.
that's a Bigby.
Yeah. Well, it's a print,
Okay,
But
but he
he's-
did that, right? So
And we all hung out at also Otaku Comics. Do you know Otaku?
yeah,
I met him and Bigby at the same time because Bigby came from Oregon and Otaku came from Washington State, Northern Washington State, and they met, and then they invited me, and so then I took them to the outlet store in the Half Price Book outlet store in Olympia, and that's where I got these incredible 50-cent stories, dude. It was freaking amazing.
that's cool. Yeah, Bigby's
Amazing.
pretty talented.
Yeah, dude.
All right. So I read G.I. Joe today.
Oh,
So you had issue 19,
nice.
right? And Duke finally meets what's this? I forget. Not Hulk.
Do you remember when they're reintroducing that? And you're like, come on, just bring out the freaking GI Joe comic already, right?
Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So yeah.
You finally got your comic, man.
So then, yeah, Duke hates the robots because they killed his friend.
Yeah.
So this was the first issue where he finds out they exist, and he's like, "Oh man."
So Matt and Big Jeff, man, they're big GI Joe fans. They're totally into it.
So then they totally got this issue, which is the next one that came out today, issue 20, where
Nice.
Optimus meets Duke.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So that was a good
It's
one.
all
So
working, too, huh?
What's that?
It's all working, isn't it?
It is. It's starting to come together. So not the funny thing, but in this issue, when they meet up, you discover that Optimus isn't a Prime anymore. He's just Optimus.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, what?
You're like, what?
Yeah. So I knew Optimus had a fight in a previous issue. So I was like, oh, now I got to catch up on Transformers.
Yeah.
So that's what I did next. Was I read Transformers. So I read Transformers 29, which you have an amazing fight between the Autobots and Decepticons. So
Cool.
like every other page is almost Splash-esque, at least half a page or quarter page Splash. There's just huge. You got the Destructicons, and
Nice.
you flip open the book, and well, here Megatron's like biting an Autobot or something, and everybody is just like, the heck? It's like a continuation from the previous book.
Cool.
And then Optimus is like, oh, you're gonna pay for that, you know.
Nice.
And then you have this, like the cannon staring down the barrel of the cannon.
That's cool.
It's just really this one. Here you go, Ultra Magnus and RC. It really is just every page of this one is just epic battle. So they really went in on this one.
Cool.
Here's some more of the Constructicons. What is that? Devastator, right? And then the Decepticons are running away, and then Elita 1 shows up, and then that leads us into issue number 30.
Oh yeah.
Where you got Elita 1 on the page. And so I don't know if you've been reading Transformers,
No.
but what happens is there's actually two factions of Autobots. The faction of Autobots led by Optimus Prime on Earth, and then there's still the war on Cybertron happening, and Elita 1 has been the leader of that. And she's like, Prime, like, leave these primitives alone. Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
She's like, come back to Cybertron and help us win the war there. And Optimus is like, no, we brought Megatron here. Like, we got to get Megatron off this planet before we go back. And so she's like, straight to violence, crack, and she just smacks Optimus in the face, and it's like, yo, Optimus, let's go. And then there's like a little fight, but Optimus is like, I'm not gonna hit you, and she's like just kicking him in the, and then like she finally grabs his chest and like just tries to rip, the Matrix out. And Optimus is like, you can't steal the Matrix. Like, the Matrix doesn't work that way. Like, even if you rip it out of my chest, it's not going to pick you because it doesn't pick violence over, whatever. And then she's like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Wow.
But then Optimus is like, you know what? He's like, we'll let the Matrix decide. And if the Matrix thinks, it's needed more on Cybertron, we'll go to Cybertron.
Yeah.
And that happens. And then Optimus willingly gives up the Matrix, and we end up with the Leader Prime.
Huh.
And then so Optimus isn't the leader anymore, and here's Prime without the Matrix, right? Doesn't have that little mouth guard anymore. He's just Optimus now. And basically what happens is Elita's like, listen, guys, I'm going back to Cybertron. If you're with me, come with me. She's like, I need you all. She's like, I'm Prime now, so I'm actually commanding everybody to come with me, but I'm not going to force you. But understand this, that, we've got a transport, we've got a portal back to Cybertron, but I don't know if it'll reopen ever again. So if you don't come with me, you may just be stuck on Earth forever here with Optimus Prime.
Wow.
So a bunch of the Transformers, you see him just heading back to Cybertron, and Optimus is just standing there, and he's a little sad at the end. And then somebody's like, I think it's Cliff Jumper, is like, hey, so what do we do, boss? And Optimus turns around and he sees there's like, 10 Transformers behind him. He just kind of smiles and he's like, we fight the Decepticons. And that's kind of how that issue ended. So it was good, though, catching up on all these G.I. Joe and Transformer books today, especially now that they've kind of merged. So, this is the first
up here crossover or whatever.
First, this is the crossover's been happening. This is like the first major crossover. This one, though, is the first meeting of Optimus and Duke. So that's what makes this one kind of special, at least in the Energon verse.
So he acquired the rights to Mask as well, right? Or something.
Yeah,
like that?
I think Mask and I heard GoBots.
Dude, GoBots too. That would be awesome, huh?
So I heard there's going to be a couple of different crossovers happening now. So I think Mask is the first like major one that's going to happen. But I just hope like they can actually like wrap up or at least do some good work with G.I. Joe and the Transformers before they go throwing in all these other properties. But I could see a GoBots versus Transformers crossover of some sort. That should be interesting.
I got copies of this Avenging I was gonna sell these, but I decided to keep them. You know.
Oh, nice. There's one major one.
Art's really good,
right? Isn't like issue 9 or something of that series, 7 or 9, like a big, sort of a big key?
I don't know.
Let's see. It's the if you have it, it's the one with I think Captain Marvel on the cover.
Oh no! Of course, I don't have that.
The one. Let's see.
Why is it a big key?
You know, I forget.
I just love this Chichetto art. He was on Daredevil for a while. It's good. Yeah.
Yeah. He's really blown up over the last few years. Let's see, Avenging Spider-Man number 9. Because it's the first appearance of Carol Danvers as Captain Marvel. She doesn't officially accept the code name until Captain Marvel number 1, 2012. So before that, I guess she was just Miss Marvel. And then in Avenging Spider-Man number 9, she becomes Captain Marvel, which allows Kamala Khan to then become Miss Marvel.
It seems like on this Avenging Spidey, they were just bringing back their artists or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is a cool Spidey cover.
Free.
For cheap, you know? You just find this on the cheap now. It's like...
For 50 cents. I mean, you can't...
Well, I didn't buy these for 50 cents. I think these just came along with an eBay haul that I bought, you know?
Okay. And then you were just
and
like,
they're not minty. They're just mid-grade, but...
Okay.
I was going to sell them, but I decided I'll just keep them. You know?
That's cool. I mean, I would keep them too. It's hard to part with any Spider-Man books, honestly. Like when I get a Spider-Man book, I'm like, you know what? I'll probably keep this.
Of course, I don't have number 9. I'm kind of like jaded on keys in a way, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I could see where they get where they can get you down. Where is? I'm trying to. I left
Steve Dillon. He was the guy from Preacher, right?
Steve Dillon. Yeah.
So it's good getting these artists to do Spidey. You know? Pretty crazy, actually. See if I could get something that's.
I mean, it's a good way to.
The Punisher art. I mean, the Preacher artist. He did Punisher too, with Garth Ennis.
Yeah.
So it's funny getting these artists on Spidey, I guess. You know.
I think they did something similar with a Batman series. What was it? It was All-Star Batman, where they were rotating artists, I think like every 3 issues or something like that.
So what I do is I just grab the stuff, but then, you know, if it's minty, if I find issues later that are in better condition, I let go of the lower grade somehow, you know?
Right.
It's just an easy way to collect.
It is. You upgrade the collection, and then you get rid of the older stuff.
Right now, I haven't gotten to CL. I'm only CLZing stuff that I'm really collecting. You know, I'm trying not to, you know, spend time CLZing everything.
Everything.
You know, everything, especially modern. I got to get all my bronze and copper and stuff that I'm really after, you know. So when I'm out and about at Heroes, let's say, you know, it's all right there in the phone what I need, you know.
Right. Are you looking forward to Heroes? You guys already have your
I'm looking forward to more just hanging out, with friends.
Right.
And stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you guys had a plan like way in advance, though, right? Fly
Yes.
in, get in a
Marvel
car,
Tales.
drive down.
Marvel Tale. Oh, this is the annual.
Is
No, this is number 2, isn't it?
All right. Is that an autograph on top, or somebody just put their name on the book?
Yeah, back in the day, they did that.
It looks like it says Doctor though, like Dr.
Special king size annual. I don't know if this is number 2 then. This is probably not. 1965. Here's number 3. Let me see if 3 is 65. It's fun, man. I would like to get all the earlier Marvel Tales, but the Marvel Tales, I never had these before. They're thickies,
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
And let's see if this was
What do
printed.
they call those? Prestige,
Yeah, I mean, I grew up on
square bound.
this story in later Marvel Tales comics, right?
Oh, wait, is that stapled? Is that stapled or glued? The binding.
It's glued. It's stapled right here
Uh-huh.
to
Okay.
keep the papers together, but then it's glued, I think, over
Glued.
there.
You know, in the 90s, they used to do those king size, but they didn't staple them; they just glued them. And I found that over time, a few of my comics, the glue just came off, so now the cover is separated or detached from the.
Yeah.
comic.
Now we got Kirby. It's just cool. I'm assuming this is not the annual. It's 1965, after all. I'm looking for the. Well, I have a number 5 here. If this is 65 too, then sometimes they don't print the information inside in the small print consistently.
Mm.
Here we go. Marvel Tales, blah blah blah. 1966. Yeah, I don't think that's an annual. I think it's just a giant size. It's a number 2 of Marvel Tales. Isn't that cool?
Interesting. That
It's
is cool.
1965.
From
So,
the 60s.
yeah, this stuff isn't it amazing? It's older than me. I mean, it's reprint of the originals, but still, it's old reprints.
And it's from I mean it's Marvel Tales from the 60s, so
Yeah.
it's still
it's
reprinting stories that already came out that are.
not that long ago. The stories didn't come out that long ago.
I'm looking at Marvel Tales now. I'm gonna share my screen. These are the ones from the 60s, but I don't see the one.
Okay, so then maybe that was an annual.
Let's see.
This is a giant size annual.
Let's check Marvel Tales annual. Marvel Tales. That's not how you spell Marvel or Tales. Annual. See what comes up. 64, 65. 1 and 2.
Okay, so it is an annual then. From 1965.
Yeah, number 2, right?
Yeah.
Says it's a $36 book. Or, well, last one sold for $10, but average says it's 36.
Pretty cool.
No, yeah, it's actually trending up. I wonder why.
Well,
Probably
people-
because it's an old book.
You know what's happening is people are starting to do what I'm doing. They caught on, Will. They're starting to back off on newer books, and they're realizing they could get older ones.
Yeah.
So I don't know where to put that. I normally put my annuals at the end of a run, and I was unaware that Marvel Tales had annuals.
Yeah, it's crazy that they would have retellings of stories, and then they were like, "Here's an annual retelling of stories."
Yeah.
Is it annuals in the annuals? I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes.
That
Sometimes there's annuals in the story. Wow, this is good art. I didn't buy this I think I got this from Cicada Sonic for a couple dollars,
right?
and it's got the variant.
Oh, cool.
But I wasn't, interested
Oh, wow. Yeah.
in this at all to buy when it came out. But now that I could get it on the cheap, I would totally. There's something about the web slinging that is very interesting, right?
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, yeah, sometimes the price just has to be right.
But you get the same product, you just don't get it. See if the cover artist is Raza. Do you know who Raza is?
Oh, that's Raza.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a modern artist.
Is that a big deal to have his stuff?
I mean, if you're a fan of his, it is. There was a time 3 or 4 years ago where Raza cover was, if you were buying it off eBay or something, was instantly $10 or so.
Wow, really?
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't think that was Raza though, because that art was it looked like what's his name? I'm trying to think. He's more of a recent guy, and he did some Daredevil books, and he did Jessica Jones. Trying to think of his name.
So Marvel Knights, Mark Millar.
Yeah.
This was really awesome when it came out. What year did this come out? 2004. It was just total BA, over the top, awesome Spidey.
Okay, cool. The guy I was thinking of was David Mack, by the way, on that cover.
Oh yeah, David Mack. Yeah,
The one you were saying was Raza. I thought that was a David Mack cover.
it looked like David Mack, huh?
Yeah.
It said cover artist Raza.
Now that, yeah. A little Black Cat action. Dagger, I think I bought that book too. I don't know where I put it though. Oh, this one. I know what you're talking about. Let's see. This guy. I think this is what I bought this today too. I forgot. Did you get one of these? Comics the Magazine #1. It's kind of like Wizard, but not really, but it is. So have you seen these, Aaron?
Yeah, I heard of those. They're
Comics
like the new Wizard, I guess, or something.
Yeah, it came out last week. So I got one of those. I forgot I got that. Dagger just reminded me. Yep, that's it.
So it's irrational happiness. Irrational happiness, people.
Irrational.
And people they used to make fun of grown adults collecting comics.
Right. And now people are like, oh, you collect comics? That's cool.
Now
The best is,
a little more acceptable.
yeah, the best are my friends who will come across comics that they found that they had when they were younger, but never really was a collector, or they'll find some in a thrift store, and then they'll take pictures and they'll send it me, and they'll be like, is this worth anything? And I'm like, maybe $5. I don't know.
I'm like, no.
Yeah. Just because it's old in a comic book doesn't mean it's worth.
Yeah. So I got these I think for 50 cents each or something. Or either I got these from
Oh, nice.
I got to check, which ones I have. I forgot where I got them from. I don't know if they're part of the 50-cent deal or what.
But you got them.
What I do is I have so many comics that I organize first in a short box. One short box, get it organized, and then from there you could grab the beginning of it and then go to boxes and file them.
You've been working on your collection for a while now, though, right?
As far as
Trying to-
organizing, oh my god,
Organizing, right? I
Okay.
find that organizing comics takes hours. Like you're like, oh, this will be quick. It's never quick.
No, there's a zen to it.
Yeah,
But it is time consuming.
it is.
So I do have this already.
Ooh. Okay.
So what I do is I always I compare the two that I
Okay.
And these are the same, similar. This is the one I just received. Versus
Okay.
This
That's
is
the one.
and the one I just received isn't as nice as the one I got. So put that aside. So that I'm gonna put together like a bronze Spidey run, even though these are reprints of Amazing Spider-Man, they're still bronze
Yeah.
on eBay, or I put them on my show.
That's cool, though. Today, Cicada Sonic sold some books the other day, huh?
Yeah, I got the first Red Skull, a modern Red Skull.
Modern,
Tales to Astonish, or something like that, right? No, is it Tales of Suspense? Which one was it? I think it
Yeah, right. I thought it was Tales of Suspense, but
isn't that cool Ditko cover, man? And this came out in the 70s, right? 1973. So they're reprinting Ditko, early Ditko. I love that, man. To squash a spider. People are like, don't read older comics, just preserve them.
right.
I think you could do both.
We were just talking about Ditko and Stan and Kirby today at the comic shop. But we were talking about I guess when they passed and whether we actually had a legitimate shot at ever getting their autograph.
Yeah.
And Kirby died in the early 90s, I think like 94 or something like that. So I was like, nah, I probably didn't have a shot at him at that time. But Ditko actually, I think, passed away in like 2018 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, so there was a time where you could have actually approached Steve Ditko and got his autograph.
This goes in my PC. I don't have this Marvel Tales issue.
Nice.
Isn't that cool? I love it, man. I love filling in the gaps.
Yeah, I love the Collector P is here. What's up, Collector P?
Hey, Collector P, what up, dude?
How we doing tonight? Part of the Black Order.
Here's the 65. Ooh, this one's a little lower grade. Needs to be cleaned. But we'll see if I have 65 here, because these will eventually go into the CLZ, but they're not currently. So I do have a copy of 65 already. I'll just check it really quick.
Do the comparison.
Yeah, but this one has got to be worse condition. Yeah, this one's in my PC is already nice. So, but yeah, good stuff, right? Like Gwen issues and stuff.
I like that they're reprints, which I guess at the time made those stories more accessible. But,
Yeah.
But then they're also from the 60s and 70s, and it's kind of like that's a long time ago too. These reprints came out a long time ago.
Well, Spidey was a hit.
Yeah.
Spidey cops out. So we'll look for 90 here. I have a whole long box of these.
Nice.
And I got it.
By the way, today on Instagram is hashtag Wild West Wednesday. So throw up your Wild West books. What do we got? What do you got there, Aaron?
So this one's a lower grade, the one.
Oh, yeah.
So
I
this
can see.
I'll do an eBay, or I'll do most likely it could go on the show because they're lower grades. That will someone will totally grab them for $3. You know.
Yeah, for $3.
So that's Marvel Tales. So this is how I sort constantly. It's kind of fun in a way. You know, like there's a zen to it.
Dagger says there are cops here.
Once I get the CLZ, once I get those into CLZ, then it's more work because you got to edit it, upgrade it, get rid of the old one or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just there's more. So it's kind of fun to organize without the CLZ app too. You know what I mean? Just more handling. So the next one I have here is Marvel Team Up, which I probably have that one, but I'm going to check now. A lot of the Spidey I keep nearby me, as you can see, you know. And let's see.
I would always keep my Spidey on hand. I mean, don't let it get too far away from you.
Ooh, so it is in this. It would be in here, but see, my Marvel Team Up in my personal collection goes from 85 to 91. I think I got these from Brian LCS, actually. Now I'm remembering.
Brian has a lot of.
And I didn't have this one. And none of these are my CLZ, so I could simply put it back. I could just simply put it in my collection now.
Yeah, Brian was collecting Marvel Team Up for a while.
Well, he completed it, and he gave me his doubles, and I have to get him back. He gave me a list of stuff that he needs. In one way or another, I'm going to get him back, you know?
Yeah.
I like to get people back.
So apparently there were cops at the McDonald's that Dagger was at. He says, McDonald's can get pretty crazy. I come for the mini sticks.
Yeah.
Yikes.
The other Marvel Team-Ups are under here. So you got to dig sometimes. But I do keep my Spideys nearby. So what's this? I'm looking for... I don't probably have this. And it's like already in nice Mylar type bags. 113, right? So 10, 111, 112. Ooh, and I got that one. But guess what?
Oh, okay. You got a newsstand and a direct.
Yeah. So I keep them both in that case with my Spideys, especially the 60 centers. I grew up on the. I mean, I don't recall reading this one, although I love Quasar, the Marvel Team Up annual Quasar, and the Thing and Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch and Spidey and all that stuff, you know. So but I do go from 113, which is that, to 117. This used to be a big book back when we were kids, you know.
Oh yeah.
And it jumped up in price, but I don't know if it's that expensive nowadays.
Still.
Look at the claws. The claws are kind of weird, aren't they?
Yeah, I think that was during the time when people just collected like cool covers, right? Things they thought were cool, like Wolverine and Spider-Man on the same cover.
So now we got 118. Wow, this is like bag and board in a bag. You know, you guys ever do that? You bag it and then put bag and a board in it? I mean,
like put the bag inside the bag and board?
There's a bag and then it got bagged and boarded after being bagged. So double bagged.
Double bagged. I don't personally do it, but if a comic comes to me like that, I keep it like that. It's interesting, like, you know, I'm like, I don't know why, but I've never like double bagged. I've double boarded, like just to get a comic to be like a little bit more rigid. Like if I'm sending it in the mail or something, I've definitely put two backboards in a.
So the comic I have already is just a tad bit better, so I'm keeping that. And it wasn't bagged and then bagged and boarded.
I did sell I sold a comic online. It was a Something Is Killing the Children book, and it was like glow in the dark night, black light comic. I don't know. I maybe spent. I got in a blind bag. I think I spent 25 or 30 on the blind bag. And then I got it signed by the cover artist, Andrew Curry. And somebody, I put it up on eBay, but I put it up at like I think I put it up for like $80, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I like the cover. I love it. If I keep it forever, I will. So I put it at a price that I was like, nobody's going to pay this price, but I'll put it up anyway. And then, believe it or not, somebody actually bought the book.
People pay up, man, sometimes.
Yeah, so they paid $80 for. I mean, the book was cool. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, glow in the dark, black light. I had like a little foil, not foil, but it was embossed a little bit, so the cover was, cardstock and a little bit popped out. Beautiful book, white cover. So tough to keep clean. Look at that, you got both.
I'm keeping it.
Yeah, and somebody paid for it, so I was like, oh. So Dagger brings up the only Mylar he has is from his Rob wins, and so I did have the book in a regular bag and board, and I was like, you know what? Somebody paid $80 plus like another $10 shipping, like paid almost $100 for this book. I'm gonna at least ship it to him in a Mylar. So I took it out of the regular bag and board and gave him a Mylar. Bam! There goes another one, another set.
But I have a newsstand, and I just got in a newsstand, so I'm going to look at the newsstand now and compare. More Mylar. I don't do Mylar.
I have Mylar. I only use it on if somebody like this guy did and give me a lot of money for a book, I'll put a Mylar on it. Or if I have like a really major key, I'll put a Mylar on it because I just don't want to have to look at changing bags every 10 years or so. So Mylar usually lasts a lot longer.
Oh, it does, huh?
Yeah. Mylar has a much longer shelf life than a standard bag and board.
Okay, so the one I have versus the one I just received. Ooh, these are close. But the one I have just inches forward a little bit. So we keep that. And that goes over there.
All right. Good night, Dagger. We'll see you on the flip.
Are we coming to a close here or what?
He says that McDonald's is closing now. Have a good night, boys. I'm walking back to my motel.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dagger's out.
It's probably we could probably close this down anyway because I got
close up shop. It's been almost we've been on for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Time flies though. Honestly, it doesn't feel like 2 hours, but it's been 2 hours. Not gonna lie. All right, let me take that off the screen.
I mean, I got sensational. I got a bunch of sensational in that I didn't have.
I don't hate it. I like all the Spidey diversity because you don't just have amazing. You got.
I go for all the runs. I was reading it in the late 90s too. So a lot of this stuff I got to compare and contrast, but I'll do that later.
Right?
Pretty cool.
No, that's some good Spidey you got there going on,
dude. It's fun. I just wish Spidey was more consistent, but it is what it is. It's not.
Yeah, especially ASM. I think we talked about it too, right? Like people are like top creators are like scared to work on ASM.
Yeah.
So,
but here are all the just about the 50 centers of Spidey, dude. So I'm not exaggerating. And I already put away the Amazing Spider-Mans I got for 50 cents each. All these for 50 cents each. Spidey's from the 90s.
That's a stack and a half.
Dude, that is crazy. It's really crazy. I even got a McFarlane in here.
Nice.
I
was looking at a McFarlane cover today, and it was Battle Beast. So, Invincible book. But the guy had, it was cover B, so he had 2 on the shelf.
Yeah.
So I was debating, and I was like, I don't know if I want it or not. And then
50 cents.
Wow, that was cool. Nice.
I was like, What? This is the best Todd McFarlane Spider-Man in my opinion.
It's fun. It is good.
It's the best looking, and he actually writes decently.
He writes it, yeah. I remember as a kid reading it and actually enjoying it. Yeah, there were 2 McFarlane covers on the shelf, and I was debating it, and then 2 people walked in after me, and they both bought it. Like they each took a copy, and then I was like, "Well,
yeah, you gotta jump on it when you see it." You know?
Yeah, I was like, my decision has been made.
Like for me, I kind of got out during McFarlane originally, but of course I've had it, owned it all at one time. But now I'm currently getting it back. I'm pretty upset with how much 300 costs.
Oh my gosh! Even a low grade is still a pretty expensive book.
Yeah, but I'll get it.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
I'll get both direct and
a newsie.
I had a newsstand one time, and I thought it was inferior to the direct because the direct has McFarlane's art on the little.
Oh yeah, on the little the box. Not that one's not the Indica though. I forget what it's called.
But I guess gotta get going here. So
yeah, let's wrap it up. All right, comic fans. That was Monday. No, it wasn't. It was New Comic Book Day.
Yeah.
Why? With comic news. I don't know why I wanted to say Monday because I was going to say Monday Comic Book Day. I wasn't going to say Monday Night Raw Book, so my brain was just stuck on Monday. But that was New Comic Book Day. Why? With comic news, and we got PSG in the house. One of the originators, or the originator of New Comic Book Day. Why? So yeah, no, that was a good time. We showed a lot of books. That's a very impressive stack of Spidey you got there. I'm a little jealous. I got to work on
that's not even but I bagged and boarded them. But I could probably show you the volume 1s. If I could find them. I'm not exaggerating, dude. Let's see. Yeah, all these volume 1s. I mean, they're past 400, so
right.
nobody really cares. But for 50 cents each, this. But of course, they look more. There's more because they're bagged and boarded.
Right.
Okay, maybe I could take out 3 of these. I had 3 of these before. I remember when this came out because I was starting to read Spidey again. I would always go on and off in my life,
Right.
Isn't this crazy for 50 cents each? Maybe take out about 4 or 5 of these. All those for 50 cents each. Amazing Spider-Man. Come on, dude. That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
That's insane.
And I actually got some Civil War Amazing Spider-Man that I need to compare to. And then regular Civil War. All kinds of stuff. But I'm like afraid to go back there because I filled up a whole cart. Otaku took a picture of the cart or something. I should have done that, but I had a whole cart of comics. Is that crazy? It's nuts.
That is a cart of 50-cent books too. Like this. Did
you
have to get some short boxes or long boxes to keep them all in, or you had?
I have these portable. They're similar to short boxes, but they're used for. Originally, they were used for water bottles filled with, glass water or whatever. So that and they have the. I use a bunch of those and I bring them to half price.
Nice.
That's freaking cool.
And then you fill up.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
pretty crazy.
Yikes! But no, that's cool. It's good that you have supplies, if you will, to facilitate.
Yeah. So
it's insane. All right.
I got to slow down, but it's like because of the economy and the uncertainty and all this stuff that's going on in the world. It's like you get comics now, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go for it.
Yeah.
we're gonna get another boom someday where people are nostalgic again. You know?
Yeah, I mean, at 50 cents, you can't beat the price.
Yeah. And if the movies start getting good again, which they might get good again,
Right.
I mean, really good, not just hey, that was pretty good.
Right.
I mean, really good.
Where you leave and you're like, wow.
Like we were with a lot of those Marvel movies when they first came out.
Right.
You know?
And now it's, yeah.
And then COVID hit, and then everyone had the nostalgia because they were stuck home, and then the prices went up. But I'm glad that they came down.
Yeah.
Because I'm back in it, getting the back issues.
They came back down to an affordable level, but I think they're still higher than they were before the pandemic.
It might start climbing again.
That's true.
Because what I think is
so.
happening is people are, I'm telling you, they're not buying new comics anymore. Because they're like, okay, I just spent $40 and I got 8 or 9 comics. And
Right.
they're good comics, but with $40 I could go and get that many, if not more, copper or bronze that are mid grade, and they hold their value.
Yeah. Or you can spend that 40 on one middle tier key, or you save your money for the month, and instead of 40 you got $180 or $160.
That holds its value.
Yeah, and that's a pretty nice.
I think that's part of why it's starting to decline, because people are realizing I'm just not getting. I like the comics a lot of the times, but they're worth fucking $1. The next year they lose a fifth of, 4/5 of their value, or 3/4 of their value a year later.
Right.
And that, I think that's discouraging for a lot of people who like to collect. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, it's gotten to the point where comics now are like driving a used car off the lot, right? You buy it and it's not even worth the paper it's printed on the next day, a lot of these comics. So.
But if you enjoy it and you have it in pristine condition, people just like that. So
right.
If you enjoy it, like I have fond memories of just reading even Spidey comics in the 90s, although I love this era way more because this is where I grew up on, 60 Cent, and I love collecting stuff before it, I still like the stuff that I was reading in 2000s that I thought was, or 2008 rather, that I thought was meh or was okay. Now I want it. Now it's like I have the memory of it. Do you know what I mean? It's weird, especially if it's Spidey.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, I gotta get rolling here. I guess I gotta eat some food.
Probably gotta. Yeah, I was gonna say, dinner time, din time. All right, well,
Spidey.
Spidey. I think like 6 minutes ago we said we're heading out, but we're still here because we got Spidey. Spidey's everywhere.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think Monday Night Raw books. I think I'm gonna break out the Something Is Killing the Children collection for that one.
Nice. I still have my 1A.
Yeah, that's a big book. I don't know.
I have my original copy that I FOC'd.
Nice. I don't even know what it's going for these days, but I'm gonna look it up, but I'm gonna say it's at least $100 book.
It's a Benjamin, I bet.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I bought it right from the get-go. Wow. It's even more than I thought it was. Let me see. Let's see if I can share it. So it's saying that it's a 9.8 sold for $1,000. Saying Raw goes for like $543.
Ooh, man.
That's
sell my collection and just buy like Silver Age.
That's a lot more than a Benji.
Dude, I sold during the end of COVID. I sold my first appearance of Spider-Gwen for $500. I could probably get that back for $150 or something. Right. I do like Spider-Gwen's look,
Yeah.
I like Gwenpool too.
Gwenpool's fun. Yeah, but Spider Gwen, that's a good one. I have this one too. The this one, the 6 printing. I have that. But wow, and if you get it like CGC'd and it comes back a 9.8, it's like $1,000 book. I mean, even if it comes back according to this chart here, the last sale was $1,000 for 9.8, but it comes back like a 9.2. It still says the last sale on a 9.2 was $399. That's pretty insane numbers for this book. And I know the I forgot who, but somebody else now picked up the rights to it. I think originally it was Netflix, and Netflix might still be doing a show, but I think somebody else now has rights to Something's Killing the Children as well.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. That is a crazy price. I'm kind of like, oh man, that's cool. Maybe I want to sell it, and then I'm kind of like, I don't ever want to get rid of it because it's definitely a book that's.
I know, because I enjoyed reading it too. That's another aspect to it.
Right.
I'm not sure if I want to get rid of it, even though it would be nice to get rid of it and get something nicer.
Right.
Because that I can get a nice Spidey key.
Yeah. 100%.
And that's part of the game, I guess, you know?
Right, is knowing. I think I have one of the other not more valuable, but another valuable one. It's like the cover. I think I have cover B. And the 8th printing is only worth $9, by the way. Yes, I have these covers here, both of these. I have this one that says Raw Near Mint, $1,000, and then I have this one over here, but not the Virgin foil. This one that says it's $69. This is a Jay Lee, and then I have a version of this one. I think I have this pink one down here. Not that one. This one, the unlocked, that says it's $100.
Because I have like the first year and a half or 2 years of Something's Killing the Children as a set, I don't want to break up the set.
Yeah, no. Why would you? This one right here.
For that reason, if you're after money, yeah, good reason to break up the set.
This one right here, I bought at New York Comic Con. It was limited to 500, and the guy literally was standing there like selling it to us. Like, listen, you get 2 books. I think I paid $20 for it, and he's like, you get this cover and you get the orange cover for $20. And he's like, come on, you know. He's like, and I was like, I already have cover A. Like, I already read it. And then I was like, you know what? It's a cool cover. I was like, I'll get it. And I bought it. And then like a year later, this book was like a $500 book or something. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, and I was like, man, if I knew that back then, like I would have bought like 3 or 4 of these.
Yeah. But you held on to it.
Would have gave him $100 and would have had, 5 of them.
Yeah.
Last recorded sale of this one was $600. This guy. Yeah. And I have this one. I have it. So we got, look at this. Highest was 1,600. 9.8 goes for about $867.
I guess that's where the money is, slabbing.
Yeah, Slab has a lot of though apparently somebody bought it raw for more than a slab over here. Well, this is back in 2021. There probably aren't any that aren't slabbed at this time. There's also only 500 of these in the world. This was limited to 500. So this is not a very sought after. Well, it's a very sought after book. It's not a very easy to find book. So there's only 500 of them in the world. So that's crazy. All right, you should go eat.
Yeah.
All right, guys. What do you got going on this week, Aaron, or next week, or any?
Oh, just the same old stuff, you know. Just click around for PSG comics, you guys. Click around for Psychotronic Squirt Gun. Every other week, I've been dropping a video, music video, also telling the story of these characters and stuff. So that's a lot of fun to do, and it's just going to keep building and keep building and keep building.
Nice.
It's a lot of work, but it's a labor of love, you know. And I'll probably have a new album out probably in a month or so. A brand new album. 17-song album.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been working on it all year.
That would be like a dual disc back in the day. That would be like 2 CDs.
Yeah.
Even though they probably could fit 17 songs on one disc, but
And I don't do AI. I don't use AI. It's all me.
That's good. Yeah. I hope I hope some of the music I listen to is not AI, but it's hard to tell these days. You don't know. Wasn't there like a country music song or something that was like done by AI that like hit the Billboard top 100 or something like that?
I don't know.
For
me, it's like it's just not worth it.
Right.
It's not worth me putting my effort into having AI do something.
Got it.
But AI, I do chat a lot, and I learned a lot about other websites and their algorithms, or how to promote, how to do this, how to do that, you know. But it doesn't touch the music, doesn't touch the story, doesn't touch the album art. I do have it create thumbnails for me though.
Right.
You know, but eventually I want those replaced by real people, real arts. But the thumbnails part to me is not a big deal. Although what I do is I create the song, and then I create the video to go with the song, and I splice other films together, and I transform it into a story kind of thing, an abstract story like like MTV videos did back in the day, right? But I'll take a photo, I'll take a snapshot of that once it's done, a bunch of snapshots, and then I'll figure out from there what's the thumbnail. So I'm involved with the process of it. You know, it's not AI saying here's a good image. You know,
right?
I'm in the process of, but I'll take that and I'll say, hey, could you just make this look tight, and it doesn't alter the image, and I'll put the text in really nice and make it sharp. You know, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So AI is good. But as long as you know how to use it, just don't have it do everything for you. Because what's the point?
Right. You have to have some input, right? When you're
well, there's no point in doing it for me. Like,
right.
To me, it's like I want to have a body of my own work, and it's something I'll be proud of years from now. Anyway, yeah. So click around, people. Anyone who's watching this, click around.
It makes sense. You you won't be proud of it in the future if you know it wasn't really.
Yeah.
So. And there was I just had to look it up quickly. There was a country music song by an artist called Breaking Rust, and it was called "Walk My Walk," and it hit #1 on the country digital song sales chart, and it was an AI. It was an AI generated song.
Well, that's what people get, I'm old school 20th century kind of guy. Indie rock or synthesizer, like synth wave, chill wave, or indie rock, and all the various forms of that. And we didn't tweak our voices, the auto tune the voices, because
right.
People have been doing that now for 20 years or something. Now, AI can generate that
with the auto tune.
Yeah, just create a voice and auto tune it, because people are used to listen to that anyway. It's like I don't do any of that. I just keep it old school.
Let's keep it real.
Keep it old school.
Keep it old school. Old school and real. All right.
Peace
out, guys. Yeah, if you want to know what comic books came out this week, I dropped that on Tuesdays. Check me out on Monday Night Raw Mondays, and then come back here on Wednesdays. and I do still have to open one of these. I got one of these mystery mail calls, so look out for that video if you're into the mystery box unboxings. But yeah, they changed the formula of these. They used to give you a couple of which I was fine with, bronze or copper books, and then like some of their own variants.
Yeah.
Now it's like mostly like variants, but they'll also throw in some copper or bronze keys in there. So it's nice that it's a little bit of a change. Like I can't quite fill like the Spider-Man. I was getting some like ASM like late 300s, early 400s in there, and I was like, oh, this is cool. It'll fill in some of my run. They stopped doing those books now, but if you do get bronze or copper or even silver age, usually there's a bigger key now. So
Cool.
they took some of the money out of the bin books, but then they're reinvesting it into giving you bigger books if you're lucky. So
Nice.
It's more of a lottery now, if you will.
Nice.
Yeah, so I was gonna end my subscription, but I was like, I'll give them a few more months, and then we'll take it from there.
Cool.
But all right, comic fans, do what you do. We're gonna do what we do. We're gonna do this every week. But yeah, peace, deuces. We're out. I gotta hit the button. Ka-chink. And